Hello, my name is Emma, and in today's video, we are going to talk about the difference between meanwhile and while, okay? So oftentimes these words are confused, and I will tell you when to use which. So let's get started. First of all, I have two sentences. The first sentence, I will do my homework while you watch TV. The second sentence, I went to a concert, period. Meanwhile, comma, my friend was at a restaurant. Okay. I want you to think for 1 second. Can you see any differences between these sentences? I know they're different sentences, but try to think, what is the difference between while and meanwhile? Take a guess. Okay. So let me explain some of the differences. Both of these, while, meanwhile, both of them have a very similar meaning. You use it when two actions are happening during the same time, at the same time. Okay, so when two things are happening usually at the same time. So the difference is really in how we construct the sentence. If you look at my chart here, I have while versus meanwhile, or meanwhile versus while. One of the first differences I want to point out is that meanwhile connects two sentences. So we have our first sentence, I went to a concert, period. Meanwhile, comma, my friend was at a restaurant. So meanwhile, you always need two sentences. The actions are split up into two sentences. Another thing that's important to know is that you can't have meanwhile here. Meanwhile, I went to a concert, my friend was at a restaurant. It doesn't work. It always has to be two actions, and meanwhile goes between these two actions. So there's always a sentence about an action, and then meanwhile with the second action. Okay, so it connects two sentences. While, what do you notice? I will do my homework while you watch TV. How many sentences are there? If you said one, you are correct. This is just one whole sentence. So we still have two actions. The first action, I will do my homework. Second action, you watch TV. But it is all in one sentence. There is only one period, not two. So that's a major difference between while and meanwhile. Two sentences versus one sentence. What's another difference? Let me jump here. Notice where meanwhile is located in the sentence. It's at the beginning of the second sentence, like I mentioned. So you say the first sentence, meanwhile, second sentence. Whereas with while, it can be at the beginning or middle of a